CIELO Waste Solutions gained over 30% on Friday. Why? What's up investors and welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about CIELO Waste Solutions. This stock is traded on the Canadian TSXV exchange under the ticker CMC and on the OTCQB ticker CWSFF. So today we'll be looking at what CIELO do in their potential addressable market. CIELO just announced their annual report after close of business on Friday evening, so let's take a deep look into this. I will look at the very latest developments and I will look at the charts and finally give you my conclusion on CIELO Waste Solutions stock. Before we get into the video, it takes a lot of time to do this research, so if you find any value in this video, can I ask you to smash that like button? It literally costs you nothing, but it helps me out so much. Previous CIELO videos on the channel have over 400 likes between them now. I appreciate the support so much. I'm aiming to get another 200 likes on this video. Help me make it happen. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on any new content like this. 100% free and a great way to show your support for the channel. This stock really divides opinion right now. So what do you think of CIELO? Are you a long-time investor or did you buy the recent dip? Drop a comment down below. I want to point out that I'm not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice. Now a quick overview of the company for anyone that's new, and then we'll get straight into the latest developments. CIELO Waste Solutions is a renewable fuel company headquartered in Alberta, Canada, that has the exclusive global right to a patented technology that uses thermal catalytic depolymerization. CIELO's technology converts multiple different waste feedstocks such as organic waste, municipal solid waste, agriculture waste, tires, wood waste, along with other types of plastics and transforms them into high-grade renewable fuels using their environmentally friendly, economically sustainable technology, which is patented in both Canada and the US. All around the world at the moment, garbage has become a major problem over several decades. However, CIELO's patented technology offers a global solution to a global problem. Over the next 5 years, CIELO plans to build 40 waste to renewable fuel facilities that will divert annually about 3.9 million tonnes of waste from going into landfill by converting it into 1.3 billion litres of renewable diesel fuel. Current landfill practices are outdated and on average over a global scale, landfill methane emissions contribute to between 10 and 20% of methane in the atmosphere. CIELO provides solutions for responsible waste management whilst also providing value-added opportunities. At the moment, over 2 billion tonnes of global waste are generated each year, and this is projected to grow to over 3.4 billion tonnes by 2050. Approximately 37% of this is disposed of in landfill. Demand for diesel in Canada alone is over 17 billion litres annually, and the global waste to energy market is expected to grow to over 44 billion by 2024. The company currently operates from its facility in Alberta, but CIELO recently signed memorandums of understanding for joint ventures for a build out of up to 9 facilities, which we can see listed here, of which the JV partners are responsible for 100% of the financing. And we can see 9 JV facilities equal to about $31 million. And then upon completion, CIELO will be entitled to receive 50.1% of profits and the JV partners will be entitled to 49.9%. This estimate is with only 1 plant per facility, 9 facilities equaling 126 million per year. These are huge numbers considering what revenues are at the moment. We can see here the demand for biodiesel in Canada that is increasing each year. And we can see that CIELO's renewable diesel is far more economically valuable than traditional biodiesel. Although their production cost is slightly higher, their average feedstock cost is far less and therefore the total cost is less than half the cost of traditional biodiesel. On Friday evening, CIELO released their annual report for 2021. According to OTCmarkets.com, this was released on Saturday, which is highly unusual. But we can see here that they did in fact release their audited financials at 9:02 on Friday evening. So before we look at these, it's worth noting that this filing had been delayed and this had been disastrous for CIELO shareholders. After market close on the 27th of August, CIELO released a statement where they announced a new appointment to the board of directors, but more importantly they announced a delay to the filing of their annual statements and also a management cease trade order. Now these announcements are never good. Management deliberately waited until after hours to release this bad news because they knew this would be seen negatively by shareholders and therefore tried to avoid the share price crashing. And on September 1st, CIELO once again released news after hours. This time it looked like good news at first glance, but hidden in the text is one big caveat. Once again, they're having problems with desulfurization and the stock tanked the following day. This is an issue that has dogged CIELO Waste Solutions, especially over the past few months. I have talked about this in a video that I did in July if anyone wants to check this out. This included a look at a short report by Night Market Research where they highlighted this problem. From September 1st to 15th, CIELO dropped over 50% of the company's value, as there had been no sign of this issue being resolved and no sign of the audited financial statements until now. First off, CIELO is audited by the very reputable Big Four audit firm KPMG, who have stated that in their opinion, the accompanying financial statements present fairly in all material respects the financial position of the company as at April 30th, 2021. We believe that audit evidence we have obtained is sufficient and appropriate to provide a basis of our opinion. So this is a good start. But then comes the going concern issue. So matters as set forth in Note 3 to the financial statements indicate that a material uncertainty exists that may cast significant doubt on the company's ability to continue as a going concern. Our opinion is not modified in respect to this matter. The key words from this are that there is significant doubt, but that this is not enough for KPMG to modify their opinion. This is a pre-revenue growth stage company, so there's always going to be a going concern issue. If there was a serious issue here, or if they thought that management were trying to hide anything, they would issue a modified or qualified opinion or refuse to give an audit opinion at all. So far so good, so let's look at the figures. So looking at the statement of financial position, we can see that the company has total assets of 45 million and total liabilities of 20 million. This gives CIELO a very healthy asset to liability ratio of greater than 2 to 1. We can see the total current assets amounts to $18.4 million. The majority of this is made up of $17.1 million of cash. It's very good to see this level of cash, and we can see the total current liabilities amounts to $19.1 million. So they have slightly more current liabilities than current assets, but this is nothing to worry about in my opinion. The majority of current liabilities is made up of short-term warrants, but ultimately having this much cash is fantastic. Now, looking at the income statement for the year, the first thing that catches attention is a net loss of $39.7 million. This is an absolutely huge loss, especially for a company that's in its pre-revenue growth stage. This is mainly made up of a $5 million financing cost and the $28.5 million fair value change of warrants. So let's look at the management discussion and analysis to see exactly what's going on at CIELO Waste Solutions. Things like changes in fair value of assets or liabilities are not always as they seem at first glance. So looking at the financial overview, total assets increased by 24.8 million. The increase was due to 17.1 million increase in cash, mainly as a result of the conversion of convertible debentures and the exercise of warrants. Then, the non-cash loss on the fair value of warrant liability of 28.5 million in the current year is primarily as a result of the increase in CIELO's share price from just 4 cents as of April 30th, 2020 to 92 cents at April 30th, 2021. In basic English, these warrants are a liability to the company relating to the share price. So if the share price goes up, the value of the liabilities goes up. And if the share price decreases, the value of the liabilities also decreases. So the cash figure has increased mainly as a result of the conversion of these warrants. But the non-cash loss is from the conversion of these warrants, but linked to the fact that the share price has increased. We can also see here that the recognition of prepaid interest costs of $3.5 million included in financing costs is primarily as a result of the early conversion of convertible debentures in the current year. And in note 14 to the accounts, we can see that the rest of this financing cost was made up of interest on long-term debt of just over $3 million. So overall, if we look at the income statement without this fair value change or financing cost, the accounts would look very different. Looking at just normal expenses, instead of having a $39 million loss, it would be more like a $7 million loss. Then when we take into account that they have $17 million in cash and $45 million in total assets, and the fact that they have enough current assets to cover current liabilities, these financial statements are actually not that bad. Then looking at the subsequent events note in the accounts, we will see some financial matters that I have mentioned in previous videos, such as in May the company agreed to purchase 60 acres of land for $13 million, which was made up of $1 million in cash and a $12 million loan at an annual interest rate of 6%. And in August, the company completed a non-brokered convertible debenture financing for proceeds of $4 million. Following the issuance of the debentures, the full $4 million was converted into 3.2 million shares at a price of $125 per share, which is far above the current share price right now. And also in August, the company paid $1 million of long-term debt and in September entered a 5-year lease of a new office in downtown Calgary. In the past week, there's also been this article on Seeking Alpha, which once more is written by Night Market Research, who are known to be extremely bearish on this stock. But there's also some good information here too. This article was published on Tuesday, and this seen the share price drop over 25% on Wednesday. But then it gained over 30% back by close of business on Friday. So once again, Night Market Research have accused Don Allen of misleading by hyping CIELO's progress. They bring up the same issues as their last short report regarding the joint venture and third-party sales agreements. Then we can see here that Don Allen has pushed back the desulfurization timeline to September 23rd. This is an extremely important day for CIELO Waste Solutions. If CIELO can successfully solve this problem, then this stock is going to have huge gains. However, if this is delayed again, I think the share price could drop further and significantly. Investor confidence has already been rocked in the past month. We need to see some positive news regarding this issue for the stock to get back to where it was a month ago. And good news would probably see this stock reach new all-time highs in my opinion. The author continues that they find it hard to believe that management only recently learned of this defect, stating that CIELO has a problem disclosing material information or is grossly incompetent or both. I find this comment particularly funny, because if CIELO are not disclosing material information or were grossly incompetent, I am pretty sure that an audit firm of the stature of KPMG would notice this. KPMG as CIELO's auditor would have access into every little facet of the company's operations and documentation regarding everything. KPMG have given a clear audit report, while Night Market Research have access to none of this. They are just making assumptions, and they continue on saying that CIELO's technology is probably not real, saying that the diesel being produced was probably only from the conversion of used motor oil, not other inputs such as plastics and railway ties. Again, I'm pretty sure if this was the case, KPMG would have uncovered this in their audit. The article continues with the same accusations as the last short report. I'll put a link in the description for anyone that wants to have a full look at this article, or you can check out my last video where I reference the key points of their first short report. Looking at the chart since the start of the year, CIELO is up over 700%. We can see where the stock rose from around 5 cents up to over $1 in February, and it's now sitting at just 58 cents. And looking closer, we can see just how significant of a drop that has been, even dropping well below support here on Wednesday, due to the Seeking Alpha report by Night Market Research, before moving back into this channel once more. However, now that the financial statements have been filed and the management cease trade order should be removed, I expect that this will move back into the channel next week. But in the short term, everything is dependent on CIELO achieving desulfurization by the deadline day next week. So if you guys are new here, hit that subscribe button. Incredibly, nearly 85% of my viewers are still unsubscribed. Subscribe and find out about these stocks and the latest news as soon as I make a video, instead of finding out after my videos after stocks have made big gains. This costs you absolutely nothing, but this could make you a ton of money. So guys, that brings us to the end of the video. Before I give you my final thoughts, if you've watched all the way through, then hit that like button. It really helps the channel out a lot. Follow me on Twitter and join the Facebook group, all links below. So what do I think? So let's not forget that this stock has seen incredible gains this year. The share price now is back to only slightly before when I made my first CIELO video. I said at the time that I felt this stock was hugely undervalued back then at only 62 cents, and I still believe it's undervalued. But things have changed. This is not the same company now. They have made a lot of business progress over the past few months, but with the share structure as it is right now, the market capitalization is currently around $350 million. I must admit that every month I continue to hear about this sulfur problem, the more it actually does begin to start to worry me. I do believe the company has lots of potential, and they should progress and achieve their targets, but right now they need to show us some good news regarding their most important technical issues. In my opinion, the next few weeks will be huge for the company. But with every month that passes, the risk-reward ratio is becoming that bit more risky. In my opinion, we need to see good news and we need to see it soon. But this is just my opinion. If anyone is thinking about buying the stock, I encourage you to do your own research and make informed decisions from the knowledge that you gain. As I said before, I'm not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice. Thanks for watching the video. What are your thoughts on the future of CIELO? And what developments do you think are key to the company? Finally, what is your price target? Leave a comment down below and I'll catch you in the next update.